Let's continue. So, in yesterday class, we were discussing about the internal energy, and we discussed that internal energy is represented by capital U or E. Okay, any substance or system is associated with some amount of energy. As we discussed that every substance, every system has certain amount of energy which is associated with it. Okay, and that energy is due to its state and temperature, and you can also write position. So because of the position, state, temperature, each and every substance possesses some energy. Suppose sometime it happens that suppose we apply the pressure on a substance, and because of that particular pressure the energy is stored in that particular substance, so that is also its internal energy. Okay, and because of temperature, if we increase the temperature of the substance, so due to the increase in temperature the kinetic energy of the substance will increase. So we know that kinetic energy also included in internal energy, as we discussed yesterday. So I mean to say, because of the position, because of the state, and because of the temperature, substance contains some amount of energy, and that energy is called internal energy. And as I said, that internal energy is the sum of many types of energy, such as it can be the sum of electronic energy, nuclear energy, chemical energy, kinetic energy, potential energy, and so many other energies as well. So the sum of the sum of the total energy contained in any substance is called its internal energy. So that's why we have written it as, okay, this is the sum of all the energy present in that particular substance. So a very simple definition we can also frame for it. इसके लिए एक simple सी definition we can frame. The energy thus stored in a substance. The energy stored in a substance or system. Okay, the energy stored in a substance or system is called its internal energy. So भी कहा जा सकता है, because the stored energy and the total energy is the same, because the total energy will be equal to its stored energy. So we can say that the stored energy in any substance is called its internal energy. Okay, so let's Hash law, we will study Hash law, but we will study the Hash law in the end of this chapter. Right now we will study the enthalpy, entropy. Okay, there are so many things, and after that we will study the Hash law. Okay, Hash law mein, yes, you can say that here we can apply the Hash law, because Hash law also says that the sum of all the energy in a substance is equal to the total energy. So it can also be called the Hash law, but we will study the Hash law in detail afterwards. Okay, let's move on. Yes, so let's talk about the internal energy further. Suppose we consider a reaction. Okay, a reaction takes place as, okay, suppose reactant changes into product. Okay, reactant changes into product. And there are two possibilities. That reaction can be exothermic and reaction can be endothermic. So sometimes it happens that the energy of product is greater than reactant, and sometimes it happens that the energy of product is less than reactant. Okay. In case of exothermic reaction, if there is exothermic reaction, that means heat will evolve in this. And if heat evolves, that means the internal energy of reactant, and this is the internal energy of product. So the internal energy of the product will be less than internal energy of reactant. How can we conclude this? Because we know that it is an exothermic reaction and heat is evolving. So because of the loss of heat, the energy will decrease. So the energy of the product will be less than the energy of the reactant. So the difference of this energy, if we subtract the energy of reactant into internal energy of product, then we will get del U. तो उसे हम del U से represent करेंगे. Okay, and here you can see the value of R is greater than P. Okay, UR is greater than UP. That means if we subtract the value of UR in UP, then the negative sign will be placed. ठीक है, negative sign आएगा. And this is called the change in internal energy. Change in internal energy. Okay, so change in internal energy can be negative in case if the energy decreases, if the energy of the product, internal energy of the product is less than internal energy of reactant. Okay, let's consider the second case. Suppose this is reactant and this is product. Okay, this is the internal energy of reactant and this is the internal energy of product. And suppose this reaction is endothermic. If this reaction is endothermic, then heat will be absorbed. So here we can write it like as plus heat. Heat will be absorbed by the reactant. If reactant is absorbing heat and then it is changing into product, that means the internal energy of product will become greater than the internal energy of reactant. Okay, and if we subtract the internal energy of reactant from internal energy of product, the value will be positive del U. This is also change in internal energy, but the change in internal energy is positive. So here we can simply conclude that if internal energy of product is greater than reactant, then change in internal energy is positive. And if the internal energy of reactant is greater and internal energy of product is less, then the change in internal energy will be negative. Okay, I hope it is clear to you how internal energy increases and how internal energy decreases. Okay, so let's move on. Okay. There are two other ways by which we can change the internal energy. One we have already discussed, by exchange of heat. Okay, the first method we studied, change in internal energy. Change in internal energy by exchange of heat. By change in heat. या exchange कर दो, by exchange of heat. Okay, exchange of heat by system and surrounding, we can say. And the second method by which internal energy can be changed is the work done on the system or by the system. Okay, second is work done on the system or by the system. So remember one thing while we are studying this: if work is done by system, the change in internal energy will be negative. Remember this: if work is done by system, the change in internal energy will be negative. How is it so? Because suppose I am a system and I am performing any work, so my internal energy will decrease or increase? Obviously my energy will decrease, because I will change my energy into some mechanical work. So I will feel some less energy in my body. So that's how, if any substance perform any work, any system perform any work, okay, in that case internal energy decreases. Okay, and the second thing is work is done on system. If work is done on system, in that case internal energy increases. Suppose you are pressing a spring. Okay, you are stretching a spring, you are compressing a gas. So in that particular thing, what you are doing, you are applying your force on that particular system. That means you are transferring your energy to that thing. That means your energy is decreasing. But if we consider the gas as a system, we consider the spring as a system, its internal energy will increase, because in that case we are the surrounding and that gas is a system. So in any case, if surrounding work on system, in that case the internal energy increases. Okay, so remember these two things. And the third thing is if matter is added or matter is removed. Okay, by removal or addition of matter. Okay, if you are removing matter out of any system and if you are adding matter in any system, so in both the cases you can change the energy. Okay, if matter is added in system, then change in internal energy will be positive, because suppose you are adding something in a matter, and we know that matter can be changed into energy. That means matter has energy as well. So if you are adding matter in any substance, any system, that means you are also increasing the energy of that particular system. And if matter is removed from system या out of system से आप किसी matter को remove कर रहे हैं, in that case del U will be negative. Because if you are removing the matter, that means you are removing the energy in form of matter. Okay, so these are the three cases by which we can change the internal energy. Let me repeat once again. What are these changes? What are these things by which we can change internal energy? First, by exchange of heat. If energy is released, energy decreases, internal energy decreases. If energy is absorbed, internal energy increases. Okay. Second, work done. If any system perform any work, its internal energy decreases. If work is performed on the system, then the internal energy of system will increase. It will be positive. And third thing is by adding matter or by removing matter. By adding matter we can increase the energy. By removing matter we can decrease the energy. Okay. Okay. Beta, first you have to clear that in which direction the energy is transferring, from system to surrounding or surrounding to system. System to surrounding. Actually, we study the thermodynamics in term of system. So whenever we are measuring the change in internal energy, we will consider only system. So in that case, if energy is transferring from system to surrounding, so we will say that the internal energy is decreasing. Okay, and if energy is transferring from surrounding to system, that means the internal energy will increase. Okay, so because system, what is system? System is anything which we take for observation for thermodynamics. ठीक है, जिसको आप थर्मोडायनेमिक की स्टडी के लिए लेते हैं वही सिस्टम है. एंड वी स्टडी ऑल द थिंग्स विद इन रेस्पेक्ट ऑफ सिस्टम. तो हम सिस्टम के रेस्पेक्ट में उसकी स्टडी करेंगे. ओके, लेट्स मूव ऑन. So I think concept of internal energy is clear to you. Okay. Yes. Now next thing is the unit of internal energy. Next is unit of internal energy. If we consider the unit of internal energy, so we know that internal energy is a form of energy. And how can we measure the form of energy? If we are measuring the form of energy in small units, then it will be erg. It will be erg. ठीक है? In CGS system. In CGS system, the unit of internal energy will be erg. And if we are measuring the in SI system, and if we are measuring in SI system, then its unit will be joule. It can be measured in a joule. Means the unit of work and the unit of internal energy and unit of energy, they are almost same. and we can relate with each other. 1 joule is equals to 10 raised to power 7 earth. Okay, so remember this thing also, how they are related with each other. 1 joule is equals to 10 raised to power 7 joule. So this is the unit of internal energy. Internal energy can be measured in erg and joule. Okay, and next thing, some important points about the internal energy which we should know. Okay, so important points about internal energy. And what are these important points? First point, you tell me, is internal energy is a state function or a path function? Actually, we studied about two types of function. One is the function which depends on the path, and second which depend on the state. So you tell me, does it depend on state or path? Path. Very good. Okay, so here you want to say that the internal energy changes when we change the state of the system. Okay, so that means it is a state function. So first thing you remember, the internal energy is a state function. And why we are saying that it is a state function? Because it depends on state of system. It depends on state of system. If you change the state of system, how can you change the state of system? If you change the state of system by increasing temperature, by decreasing temperature, by increasing or decreasing volume and pressure, so in that case obviously the internal energy will change. So that's why internal energy is a state function. And second thing which we study is the internal energy is a extensive property or intensive property, because we studied about two types of property. One is the property which depend on the amount of substance. If we increase or decrease the amount of substance, the property will change. And the second thing is the property which depend on the nature of substance. So you tell me, internal energy is an extensive property or intensive property? बताएं, is it extensive or intensive? Okay, no problem. Just right now we studied that if we increase or decrease the matter in the system, then the internal energy will change. हमने एक point पढ़ा है, how can internal energy be changed? तो उसमें we studied the third point. When we increase the matter, when we add the substance into the system, then its internal energy will increase. And if we remove the substance from the system, its internal energy will decrease. That means it is changing by increasing and decreasing of substance. That means it depends on amount of substance. That means it's a extensive property. Okay, it is a extensive property. So लिख देते हैं, it is an extensive property. And why it is an extensive property? Because it depends on amount of substance. ठीक है, because it depends on amount of substance. With the change in amount of substance, this energy will change. And the third thing is, in isothermal process the temperature remains constant, so there is no change in internal energy. So third is, in isothermal process, suppose we have a process that is isothermal, and isothermal means no change in temperature will remain same. So if there will be no change in temperature, in that case the change in internal energy will be zero. Okay, because we know that if we give the heat to the substance, its temperature will increase and internal energy will also increase. And if any system release the heat, its temperature will decrease and internal energy will also decrease. So these three things you have to remember, okay, about the internal energy. तो ये important बातें हैं जो आपको पता होनी चाहिए about internal energy. I think this is clear to you all. Okay, so let's move on. आगे चलते हैं. Move to the next. Yes. Third one. Okay, the third point here we are discussing, and we have already discussed it, that if we are talking about the isothermal, okay, it's not thermal, it's thermal, ठीक है, isothermal. If there is a isothermal process, isotherm means constant heat. If heat is constant during the process, that means there is no removal of or no emission of heat, and there is no absorption of heat. Because if there is a change of heat in the system, in that particular case, it may be possible that the temperature will increase or decrease. So that's why the temperature is not changing. And because of no change in temperature, no exchange of heat, the internal energy will remain constant. Okay? Yes. Anybody else want to ask any?